Hello everyone and welcome back. For today's video, we'll be talking about 5 random facts about J.D.M cars. And because it's been so long since I uploaded a video, there will be no timestamps in this one. But if you do want to hear more about J.D.M cars, then make sure you leave a comment down below. With that said, let's begin. The first fact I want to talk about today is how great these cars are for drifting. And when you think about J.D.M cars, you probably think of cars like the Skyline, the RX-7, or even the GT-R. But did you know that there are other cars that were made specifically for drifting? The second fact I want to talk about today is that most J.D.M cars have a very reliable engine. Now this is always true, since you can find some high-mileage engines out there that have had problems. But generally speaking, most Japanese engines are pretty reliable as long as you take care of them. The reason why most J.D.M engines are so reliable is because of the way Japanese drivers drive their cars. On average, Japanese drivers drive much less aggressively than American drivers, which means that their engines don't experience nearly as much stress. Also, Japanese roads are much smaller and more efficient, which again puts less stress on the engine. Lastly, Japanese people tend to change their oil much more frequently than Americans, which probably adds a few more miles before an engine rebuild is needed. So if you're looking for a car that has a reliable engine, a J.D.M car might be a good choice. Just remember to check the maintenance records before you buy one. The third fact I want to talk about today is that J.D.M cars are extremely fun to drive. Now this statement might seem a little bit subjective, but I think anyone who's driven a J.D.M car would agree with me here. There are many reasons why J.D.M cars are so fun to drive. For one, they usually have a very balanced weight distribution, which makes them feel planted on the road. Additionally, most J.D.M cars have a very responsive steering, which makes them very enjoyable to drive through corners. Now, yes, some J.D.M cars are very heavy, but I think the benefits outweigh the negatives in this case. I mean, imagine driving through a winding road with the perfect amount of steering feedback. It's an amazing feeling. Also, many J.D.M cars come with a manual transmission, which makes driving them even more fun. When you have a manual transmission, you can really feel the connection between you and the car. You have to use the clutch, the gear stick, and the gas pedal, all in perfect harmony in order to drive the car properly. This requires a bit of skill, but once you get the hang of it, it's incredibly rewarding. Overall, if you're looking for a car that's just fun to drive, then I highly recommend checking out a J.D.M. My fourth fact is that the Skyline R34 is my favorite J.D.M. And yes, I know I'm a bit biased here since I've owned 2 of them myself, but I honestly believe that the Skyline R34 is the best looking J.D.M. car ever made. There are so many cool body kits available for the R34 that you can turn them into almost anything you want. Now my fifth and final fact today is that J.D.M. cars are relatively affordable compared to other cars from the same era. Now this doesn't mean that they're cheap, but they're definitely more affordable than a lot of other cars out there. For example, you can find a well-maintained Nissan Skyline R33 for around $20,000. That might seem like a lot, but it's a lot less than you would pay for an Audi R8 of the same year. Additionally, J.D.M cars are becoming more and more popular, which means that there are a lot of new options on the market. For example, you can now buy a brand new Nissan GT-R for around $60,000. That is a pretty good deal, considering that you would pay over $100,000 for the same car if it was an Audi or a Porsche. Now keep in mind that prices will continue to go up as these cars become more and more popular, but for the time being, they're still relatively affordable compared to other cars out there. As I mentioned earlier, the main reason why J.D.M cars are so affordable is because Japanese drivers do put as much stress on their engines as American drivers do. This means that they don't need to replace their engines as often, which keeps the price of the cars low. Additionally, Japanese roads are much smaller and more efficient, which means that Japanese drivers don't need to accelerate or brake as quickly. This also puts less stress on the engine and keeps the prices down. Lastly, Japanese people tend to change their oil more frequently than Americans. This helps to extend the life of the engine and keep the car's value high. And those are 5 random facts about J.D.M cars. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, then please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.